Hey, hey, hey. Hey, okay. Out to the pay, for the grass is always greener. I don't do no labels, I call it how I see it. Okay, out to the pay, for the grass is always greener. I don't do no labels, I call it how I see it.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of No Label the Podcast. Here with my boy Nell.
Yo.
Special shout outs to everybody that's been subscribing on YouTube as normal, liking, sharing on Instagram, commenting, Facebook, TikTok, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that. Appreciate y'all as normal. Now we'll go ahead and get to the sponsor.
Yeah, shout out to our sponsor. Shout out to Guap Coin.
Guap Coin.
That cryptocurrency for the culture, you know what I mean? Stay charged up. Stay ahead of the game. Stay ahead of the curve with that black-owned blockchain. Man, today we sitting with an artist from Buffalo. Been putting in work for, I want to say easily since 2011, 2012. Easily. You know what I'm saying? And I remember first hearing the name, I'm hearing this song, I'm like, yo, who is this? And I'm like, yo, this OG. I'm thinking somebody way older, like, I'm thinking, I'm like, okay. Then finally, I'm like, okay, like, man, OG Soul. I was like, bet. And then it's just like, he never went away. And especially, you know, rappers in most places, like, they got maybe a good year or two, and never to hear from him again, but he's been consistent. He's been putting in the work forever to the point where he got his own studio, people coming to him to record. You know what I'm saying? You probably seen him at the Anti-Gallery. You probably seen him perform at almost damn near everywhere in the town. You know what I'm saying? You heard a song or two, and if you heard it, he could have been rapping. He could have been making the beats. The beats is fire. You know what I'm saying? So we sitting with the young OG Soul. What's good, bro?
What's good? How y'all boys feeling today, man?
Great, bro.
Living good.
Appreciate you pulling up, man.
You already know, man. It's a long time coming. We overdue.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And if anybody checked out the Boo Flow interview as well, that was just like a short piece of content for it. But
Oh, yeah, they was
load up
rocking with
us
it on
at
the
Boo Flow.
IG. They was hitting me on
Yeah.
IG like, yo, where you gonna sit with them for real? So
Yeah.
they was rocking with that joint.
No, absolutely. And we've been trying to make this happen for a minute.
But then they're like a year and a half.
Couple years.
Yeah, 2 years,
bro.
and they're
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So what we here though, it's a perfect time, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, and that's one thing. That's one thing we really stand on is divine timing. Like that shit. Like when it's ready to line up, that shit lines up and we make it happen.
hell yeah,
So I'm glad we got you here today.
for sure.
Shit,
I'm happy to be here.
word. So I always like to start at the beginning. So what side of the town you grew up on?
East side, uptown, you know what I'm saying? Bailey Avenue, Bailey, Kensington area, you know. If you know, you know what I'm saying? You know me.
Word.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And what high school?
What high school I went to? I actually went to high school in Cheektowaga. I went to Cleve Hill High School.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Graduated 2011, you know what I mean? So that was pretty cool going to school out there. You know what I'm saying? It was a mixed, diverse crowd of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Most people come from the town and they right
Word.
across the street. You know what I'm saying?
It was like city line, like
Yeah.
like back in the day they used to have gangs and stuff like mad like different like blocks and stuff. You remember you used to bang like Davidson, Bailey or stuff like that. It was like one gang like right near my neighborhood called City Line because it was on the edge of Buffalo and Cheektowaga, literally. Like that's what they called it, City Line.
Yeah, I lived in Cheektowaga for like 2 years, of like my junior senior year. Literally cross the street, you in Buffalo.
Word.
Cross back the street, you in Cheektowaga. Like it's one and the same.
Pretty much the same thing. But you know, it's crazy. When I was in high school, though, like now, my high school is full of like black kids and everything. But like I graduated, it was 120 people in my class, graduating class, and maybe 20 black people. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's probably a little different now, but
At least
that's how it
half,
was when I
like
was
it's
there.
damn near half and half.
You know what I'm saying? So.
No, that's
So in like high school, was you into music off rip, or was you like playing sports and like indulging in other things prior to getting serious with music?
So I always was like into the music, but I was a little bit more into sports at one time. At first, I was playing basketball and football, but I ended up having complication with my kidney. My kidney was misplaced, so I couldn't play contact sports after a while. Like after like 10th grade. So from then, I just locked in the studio, started learning how to do everything, like record myself doing all that, and I just been locked in with the music ever since then.
Copy. So when you started getting locked in with the music, this like post graduation type shit?
Nah, this is before graduation. So this probably started. I want to say, like I said, I've been into music my whole life. Like I got a musical family. You know what I'm saying? But I probably say when I really first started getting into it, it was probably like 10th grade, like around 10th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, I had like a little record label with my homie Omar. You know Mizzy.
Oh, Mizzy.
Yeah, you know Mizzy. It was called Mo Money Records, and we had another one. I can't remember the name of it right now, but we had a couple like fake record labels.
Hold on, Omar. Omar used to hoop too?
Yeah,
you probably,
Yeah, that's my boy.
Mizzy Ramadan.
Absolutely. Yo, we used to play AAU together. He would literally be on the court rapping, like Cooking Boys rapping though.
Oh yeah, that's who I literally started making music with. We started making music together I met him 5th grade, like 6th grade, study hall. Like this when we first came up with the plan to make the like little fake label. Of course, we ain't started really making music and stuff until probably like 9th, 10th grade. But like we always had that plan even back then, like which is crazy. Now I'm thinking about it, like
Hell yeah.
which is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
5th grade thinking about starting a label, that's definitely crazy.
It's crazy. But like I said, like my whole family, like I got a musical background in my family, so I lived with my brother most of like my high school career because he went to lived out in Cheektowaga. That's how I got to go to Cleveland and school out there because I used to get into mad fights and stuff in Buffalo Public School. So my mom wanted me to go out there to go to school. So I grew up with him, but his wife was the promotion director at WBLK at the time. And she was doing that for like 15, 20 years. So like as a kid, like as a shorty, like 7, 8, I'm backstage at concerts, at the radio station. Like, I got a picture with Jay-Z I can show you right now, bro. I'm like literally like 10 years old, bro.
That's crazy.
Like, this is crazy. So like, I've been around it my whole life. So it's her fault. It's my aunt's fault. I call her my Aunt Kathy. Shout out Aunt Kathy. It's her
Shout
fault.
out Aunt Kathy.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Where so boom, you graduate. Were you like, yo, I'm about to do this rap full time and just see what happened, or did you start working and to the point where it's like, okay, let me fund the lifestyle?
So rewind a little bit. So in 10th grade, I took a little class in my high school. It was like a vocational program that we had in high school. I was able to go off campus to another site, and I learned how to like produce music, like engineer music, I should say. It was a TV and sound production once because I was into making movies and I wanted to learn how to record myself. So I took that class. It was a 2-year class that I had to take in 11th grade and 12th grade. So that's kind of how I learned how to do everything as far as like running Pro Tools and all that. I got my Pro Tools certification in 12th grade in high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? But at that time, I wasn't really producing. I wasn't really making music like that. But I always knew I wanted to get into it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So fast forward, once I graduated high school, I started working at a sneaker store called Villa. I was in school too. I went to ECC and NCCC. But I was working at a sneaker store called Villa, and that's when I met Jae Skeese. And he kind of put me on. Like, so right after high school, I dropped a mixtape called Soul Sundays. And my boy Mizzy dropped one too around that same time. We was going hard with that joint. I met Skeese probably like a month or two later after that. And then I was just done with First Class, and we've been rocking ever since. And that was like, 2012 when that happened.
Hell yeah.
So,
Skeese used to have the ciphers over at Villa.
yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, he a lot of people went through there while he was like managing and all that.
Bro. Like,
yeah.
we had to come through there, bro. We had that joint jumping, bro.
That's a
like,
fact.
Villa was jumping. When it first opened, we was jumping, bro. Like, it was
Absolutely.
jumping.
Absolutely.
So I just want to, just to backtrack just a little bit. So when you started getting into music or learning about everything, was your intentions like, I want to be an artist or a rapper, or I want to be a producer? Like, did you have a lane that you specifically wanted to pick? Or was it just like, I just want to learn all aspects and I'll figure it out?
Honestly, at first, I wanted to be a DJ.
Okay.
Then it transitioned to me wanting to be a producer. Then after that, it transitioned to me wanting to make music videos. And then after that, I kind of got back into the producing and rapping, and I just been rapping ever since.
Okay.
Yeah, like I still produce, like, but I don't even produce as much as I used to, like in the previous years, just because I've been just going so crazy, just like trying to rap. I don't even be rapping off my own beats no more half the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to just rap off my beats, but now I got a couple other producers and everything.
Copy. So was your name always OG Soul, or did you have any variations prior to?
Rap name was always OG Soul. I had a couple other like nicknames and like DJ names. You know what I'm saying? But my rap name was
What
always
was the first DJ name, bro?
DJ such and such.
That's kind of tough.
Such.
I like that. That's kind of tough.
DJ such and such. Then it went to DJ Hurricane. And then because of my last name, like they used to call me Grape Juice in the hood. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? My last name Welch.
Oh, okay.
Like,
That makes
he was
sense. That
looking
makes
like,
sense. I was like, where that even come from?
Yeah, heck yeah. So, yeah. That's that.
Nah, that's what's up. It's funny because it's like when I really heard the name, I'm like, I'm really expecting some old head. Like, I was really expecting somebody way older than me. And I'm like, oh, like, shit, we graduated the same year. Like, okay, word.
You graduated at 11?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was about to say, I think you graduated older than me, but yeah, okay, same year.
Yep.
Word.
Hell yeah.
So how'd you settle on the name OG Soul?
My grandmother kind of gave me the name, not like this should be your rap name. It was more so like you got an old soul. Like she always used to tell me that. And when at that time I was real into sneakers. I'm still into sneakers, just not as much as I was at that time. So I kind of took the play on OG and spelled it SOLE because I was into shoes. So it was like OG Soul. Like it was shoes and me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Hell yeah, you at the shoe store, yeah. It's just
you know what I'm saying?
online right the
It's
fuck
perfect.
It's
Yeah.
lining up. You feel me? So
And especially when like an older person calls you an old soul, that's like always a great compliment. Like whenever people call me an old soul, like the older people that I respected,
Yeah.
I always like valued that.
yeah, nah, that's a fact. And you know, it's funny though. It was kind of weird though because at first I was gonna change my name because I'm like, dude, ain't nobody about to call me OG. Like, you know what I'm saying? But shit, that's all people call me now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
ran with it.
and it's kind of like I kind of like lived in my purpose. Like me giving myself that name, I kind of put myself on this track to like help people and stuff like that. Cause like people be coming around, like you said, people be coming to me for beats. I record a lot of people's music in the city. So I kind of made that lane for myself from making my name for myself, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah. So what was the project where you got like in the beginning where you got like the response that you was like really looking for with the music shit? You was like, it helped you like, oh yeah, I could do this.
Honestly, I would say my first joint, it was called Soul Sundays, but it was on a smaller scale, but back then it was everything to me because around that time, it's like 2011, 2012, like around there, but First Class was like real big in the city around that time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was a youngin', just fresh off the porch from my first tape. Skeese was like, yo, I fuck with this joint, I want you to be part of First Class. Like, shit, I was geeked though, because like in high school, those were some of my favorite like people to listen to. Like I used to listen to Esco, Skeese, Benny, Conway. Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to listen to all them boys literally in high school over 10 years ago, which is crazy just to seeing where everybody at now. And it's just crazy. So like, so I kind of was geeked. So I was turned up from there. You couldn't stop me. Like, you feel me? Like, I was teed. Like,
Who was all in First Class at that time?
it was Jae Skeese, Billie Essco, Camouflage Monk.
G5GI at the time.
Yeah, G5GI at the time.
That was Monk
Brasco, Donnie Brasco.
Mitch, Arizona.
Mitch, Arizona. Yeah, that was kind of all the rappers. You know what I'm saying? That was all the rappers and producers.
Yeah, then they had like Ocho was like attached to that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I actually fake had beef with them boys a little bit at first. Like it wasn't a real beef though. Like, cause I don't know if you know who his name is literally Kanye. You know Kanye? Like they used to call him Grape Juice. Like,
Nah, I ain't hear.
so
I can't
he
remember.
one of the founders of First Class. Like, but it's funny because like I said, they used to call me Grape Juice. So like my first Facebook name was Grape Juice, and his name was Grape Juice. So them niggas like, who the fuck is this nigga trying to be like us? But it wasn't even like that. Like, you feel me? So it was mad funny though.
that's funny as hell.
Esco ended up telling me that story like a little bit later, like after we was cool and everything.
That's funny.
He was like, yo, I was looking at you like, bro, who is this taking my name? Da, da, da. I'm like, oh.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So after you dropped your first tape, things started developing. Like, did you ever leave the town to kind of like explore, or were you like, okay, let me just kind of sharpen my tools here?
I always been based here. So I did a lot of traveling, but I always been based here. Like I always wanted to make kind of a name for myself here first.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Because then I'm trying to think, because I was out of town and I was doing a whole bunch of other stuff, but I wasn't that tapped in. But once I came back from school and shit, that was when I started getting closer with Trav.
Word.
Yeah, and then we started. I was just popping up to the Anti-Gallery.
Okay.
And then I was seeing you there. And what was that experience like at the Anti-Gallery?
That's more recent. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a good experience overall. Like, I learned a lot of stuff, like good stuff and bad stuff. It helped me. It did help me a lot, though. It helped me with, like, I say, like, my networking. Because, like, I'm a pretty chill, laid back, quiet kind of person. You know what I'm saying? But being in that environment, like, if you know, like, the environment we talking about, like, you would kind of understand. But being in that environment, it kind of forced me to open up a little bit and, like, just be a little bit more vocal about things. So that it helped me. It was cool. Shout out to the Anti-Gallery, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
No, to the day I die, you know what I'm saying? New art wave.
Absolutely.
We had some good times there. Recorded some classics for sure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because I remember just when we first got the spot, and I'm talking about tearing everything out of it.
Literally everything.
Everything.
Like, that joint was like a collection agency before. Like, that joint was crazy. Yeah,
Bruh, it was like, and then it became like this living organism.
Yeah, like art museum.
Yeah, it was just
Literally,
like
that shit was
literally
crazy.
living
It had
art.
a life of its own. Like, literally.
Literally, it was like a fucking monster house for art. Like stepping in, man.
I had a lot of good times there, a lot of crazy times, a lot of stories. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. Who are some of your influences when it comes to your music and your song?
Growing up, 50 Cent. It was like, I just used to fuck with 50 as a rapper. But I say who influenced like my music, definitely Kanye. Like, that was my favorite artist. That was the College Dropout was the first album I ever owned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my brother bought that joint for me because he didn't want, like, your parents and everything, they don't want you to listen to all the gangster rap stuff. So they thought that was cool. Like, at that time, they was like, yo, no, listen to this. If you're going to listen to all the hip-hop, listen to this. So that was the first album I got. And that teed me up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started looking at Kanye, and that's when I got heavy into, like, the producing. So Kanye, in high school, I would say Drake, you know what I'm saying? Because that was kind of like when he first kind of came out and he was doing his thing.
So Far Gone.
Yeah, like around that era.
Everything.
Like, you know what I'm saying? In the beginning, he was an influence. DMX, I said Jay-Z already. But those probably the main influences, though.
Okay.
Nas, too, though. I went back. I went back and listened to Nas. Like, I had to do my research on Nas, but Nas, too, though.
What's Kanye's best album?
It's between My Dark Twisted Fantasy and Graduation.
My boy. That's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? It's between those two. If I would honestly say, like, sonically, it's probably My Dark Twisted Fantasy. But, like, as far as, like, real authentic straight,
Like inspiration type shit.
it's probably Graduation.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
my favorite
yeah, hell
Kanye
yeah.
album.
You know what I'm saying? That I would say Graduation, but I can't say that without saying My Dark Twisted Fantasy because that joint was crazy too.
Yeah, that's
like that joint damn near perfect. Like,
Yeah, that's
to me.
like that's his
Absolutely.
best album.
Like,
Like, that's a masterpiece.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Heck yeah. So them two albums.
So when you listening to music or people who like inspire you, do you listen to it for the production first, or are you listening for the lyrics?
It honestly depends on what kind of space I'm in because since I hold so many hats, like I engineer people, I produce, I rap. Sometimes I might be listening to hear how it's mixed. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might listen for the beat, and then other times I might listen for the lyrics. But it's really depending on what artist and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Kanye, I'm definitely listening for the production and stuff like that. People like Jay-Z, I'm gonna listen to for the words. Nas, I'm gonna listen to for the words. And for the mixing, I'm gonna listen to probably like a lot of like, right now it's like a lot of like Yachty and like different kind of experimental stuff because I like hearing like people doing new stuff with the sound. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily like the music they making, but like how they using the equipment in the studio or like how just the different sounds and stuff, like just different sounds and stuff. Because it kind of get real technical and scientific for real. Like,
Absolutely.
Like I'm a nerd when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Nah, rightfully so, because that's how the greats became who they are. You know what I'm saying? Because I was watching, I was talking to my aide, and he was talking about Jay Dilla.
Word, okay.
And just like how he influenced so many people, and then like Kanye made like kind of that style like
Popularized.
yeah, he popularized it. Now everybody's trying to do that.
Yeah.
And shit, we see the influence of Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know about Jay Dilla. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I can't tell you too much about Dilla. Like I know a little bit about Dilla, but like I never really did my homework too much. Like I got my homie Boudini. He another producer. He produced for like El Camino and shit like that. He be putting me on all that kind of hip hop stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he really deep into that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my boy. Shout out Boudini, man.
Oh, absolutely.
So because when I first heard about you, it was based off of a cover art, OG's Modern Life.
Oh, well.
Yeah. When did that come out? Like, what year was that?
I want to say 2017 maybe. 2017, 2018, somewhere around there. Because 2019, I dropped Blood in the Waves. So yeah, it was probably like 2017, 2018.
Copy.
Yeah.
That's a joint with Vashti on it, or is one?
Yeah, that's the joint with Vashti. Yeah, actually.
That was,
I'm fake back in my OG's Modern Life bag though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I had OG's Modern Life came out, and then I had an album called Blood in the Waves to come out. But Blood in the Waves was done way before OG's Modern Life. So like my style of music, I kind of got like two styles of music. Like a lot of people, if you listen to me, you'll kind of notice. Like I be rapping sometimes, but then I'd be like
On some vibey shit.
vibe rapping the other times. Like, you know what I'm saying? So Blood in the Waves was more the rap, and then OG's Modern Life was more the vibes. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Would you say Sushi is more similar to OG's Modern Life?
Yeah, it got like the vibes. So a lot of the newer stuff is just the vibes. Cause like, to be honest, like niggas be listening to the music or to the words and stuff, but they just trying to have a good time and feel good. Like, it got to make them feel good first. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then after it make them feel good, then they'll fall into everything else. Like, you know what I'm saying?
no, that's a fact. I think that's what most of us. That's what everybody gravitates in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Word.
you just don't. You start moving, and next thing you know, it's like, yo, this my shit.
Unless you like extra lyrical miracle, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the thing, when you like really like bar niggas up, I feel like you gotta really be at the top of your craft if that's like what you want to do, because you can't half-ass that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you gonna say, yeah, I'm the best rapping nigga, like I got the best bars, you better have some good ass bars, like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But that's two different types of
And also when it comes to like the bar heavy stuff, you got to kind of be respected by the other people who are bar heavy
You know what
too.
I'm saying? Yeah,
When it
that's
comes
a
to the
fact.
vibey stuff, anybody can really just gravitate towards it, and then you'll gain a fan base, and then they'll just attract, and that'll elevate you. You kind of need that cosign from the others, like just a Benny, a Conway, a J.
Right.
Cole, etc.,
Right.
for the other people to really respect your lyrics and
Yeah,
be
heck
bar
yeah.
heavy.
Want to be the best? Got to rap with the best.
No, word. Shout out to Benny, shout out to West and all them boys.
It's a fact.
Have you ever been able to work with any of them?
Yeah, I actually work with all three of them. Like, so I got a project called HIH, came out in 2014. The first track, the guy Wes on it, he was on the intro to that track. It's actually, he did an interview like with somebody. I can't remember who he did the interview with, but it was around that time, and he was saying like, yo, I ain't do a track with nobody but OG Soul, like, for the last 2 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Which was kind of dope. Like, it's a dope
That's
moment to
tough.
look back on. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I worked with him in 2014. I got a project coming out in the future. I don't know when I'm gonna drop it, but I got another track with Wes that's coming out. I did a track with Conway last year. It was me, Conway, and Skeese, and I did some beats and stuff for Benny. And I also engineered, not Griselda Ghost. It was Griselda Ghost. It was the Big Ghost EP. I engineered that whole joint. We did that literally how they say they do joints in a day. Bro, we was at Esco crib up in his attic, bro. Hot as hell, bro. They knocked that project out literally in like 12 hours, bro.
That's crazy.
The shit was crazy,
That's
bro.
tough.
Like, the shit was crazy. So, yeah, I did the recording engineering on that joint, though.
Nah, Esco's is like his attic. Got some.
You
got
know
some,
what I'm saying? Oh, yeah.
If walls could tell a story, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it been some people through there, bro.
Nah, that's
Like, I want to say, I met Monk there for the first time.
Word.
Yeah. I want to say he just became Camouflage Monk at
Word.
that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. That was when I decided. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start taking this music shit, like, yeah, and diving in. Nah, that's dope. Well, so you've got the track record with all the Buffalo artists and all that stuff. You was recording with Wes early. You know what I'm saying? You was doing all that stuff. So when did you was like, okay, let me get my own studio. Let me set this up. So I could continue giving back.
So around Esco crib, like when we was over there making music, that's kind of when I got into my engineer bag. I already had the knowledge and everything because, like I said, I went to school for that. So I had the knowledge. I was always recording myself, but I kind of started extending my hand out to like other artists and everything because I was comfortable with like how I was doing stuff at that point to where I could start doing that. So I was recording out of Esco crib for probably like 4 or 5 months. And then after that, I was kind of going around. I had a little studio set up at the Slime Shack for a little minute.
Shout out to the Slime Shack.
Shout out to the Slime Shack. I was recording out of my crib for a minute. I was recording out of my crib until COVID, actually. But when COVID came around, I ain't want all motherfuckers in my house. Like, you feel me?
Yeah, naturally.
And so from when COVID happened, where did I take the studio to? Oh, I went to Kane Wave crib. We had like a year run over there. I had the studio at Kane Wave crib. He had an extra room in there. I was booking all my sessions out of there. After Kane Wave crib, went to Anti Gallery, did another year there. You know what I'm saying? Was doing all my sessions out of there. And now I got me and my boy Carell, we got a studio in Buffalo. It's real dope. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a professional studio. All those was they wasn't makeshift studios. I always had professional equipment, but it wasn't like a professional recording space. You know what I'm saying? It was more so like just a chill environment. But like now I got like a professional space to record it. You know what I'm saying? And we probably had this, going on 2 years now.
Okay.
You know
What's the name of the studio?
Gallery Music Studios. You know what I'm saying? So come check us out. You can hit me or Carell.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, do you always enjoy working and like recording other people?
No.
When you also, I was about to say, when you also want to be working on your own craft. So how is it balancing that?
It's definitely difficult, but I had to learn. That's something I had to learn over the way. It's like since I've been here, or since I've been at the studio I'm at now, like I kind of just got like my set group of people that I work with. It's probably like 8 people that I generally work with all the time, but they come on a consistent basis. So it give me the comfortability and like I'm used to working with them, so I already know what they want. It's like I don't gotta learn them anymore, like, because I already learned them, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, we just collaborating and working at that point. Like, now I don't really even take too many new people unless I'm, like, really inspired by their music, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you be taking people and like you said, it'll drain you from your own energy. I still want to make sure, like, I can do my stuff. And if I'm doing 12 sessions a day, by the time it's come to me, I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be burnt out, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a balancing act, though. It's definitely a balancing act. But it's good to have, like, those people that come to me consistently that I'm already comfortable with and we already got a working relationship, because that just make it 10 times easier. And most of the people that I work with, like, it's my friends, like, we cool, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not too much of a work environment, I would say. You know what I'm saying? Even though we working, of course, but it don't feel like I'm working. It just feel like we making music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's important to keep that feeling too, because it can easily go the other way. Shit, I was recording. I started off. I was interning at Standout Music with Casso, and man, he had me recording people just like any and everybody, and it was just like, I'm doing it for free. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
yo,
mentally draining, bro.
Gotta do 50 takes on a hook. Like, because they don't remember their words. Like, that shit is.
And it was even worse if that shit is trash, too.
Yes, bro. It'd be so crazy,
but
bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I be listening. Like, when people, like, even if I get new artists or whatever, new clients, I tell them, man, send me some stuff first. Like, I want to hear it. Like, because to be honest, bro, like, if I'm not feeling it or if it don't move me no type of way or if I don't see no potential in it, I'm probably not gonna do the session. Because, like, not like on some weird shit, but like more so on like, it just don't make sense for where I am now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could rather use that time to like work on my craft, because like that $80, $100 that they're gonna spend, it's good money, but like it's not really gonna do too much, especially if they're not coming on a consistent basis. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I like having my same people that come consistently. Like, I know every Thursday I might have such and such come. Like, you know what I'm saying? They'll come every Thursday at 8 o'clock, but I know they book for 3 hours every Thursday, so I don't even got to worry about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean?
No, that consistency is key. Word.
Now, how do you balance running a business or like establishing your business foundation while also being an artist? Because it seems like you wear both of those hats too.
That's hard. I'm still learning how to do that, to be honest, my brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's real hard because, like I said, I do everything. Like I be producing and engineering too. So it's like sometimes I get into these habits where I like don't be inspired as much to make the music, but in those times I make sure I go extra hard to make sure like my music is getting to the right places or I'm doing like the business side of it. So like it's kind of just like an on and off switch. You know what I'm saying? So if I get too if I feel like I'm doing too much music or I want to need to take a break from doing the music, I'll go extra into the business part. But I also got a business partner too. Shout out my boy D Hawks. That's my business partner, so he helped me with a lot of that stuff too.
Shout out to D Hawks in the building.
He in the building.
Yeah. So, what's your last tape was Sushi?
Yep, my last joint was Sushi.
Sushi's for Sushi Boys.
Sushi Boys, man. Shout out to the
Yeah,
Sushi Boys.
shout out
man.
to the Sushi
Shout out to the
Boys.
Savage Squad, Sushi Boys. You feel me?
You know.
My boy Deuce, all the boys. Yeah.
Word. So for those who haven't heard, what's that sound kind of like?
I would say it's fresh. It's more like vibey, a little up tempo, but I definitely still put. I make sure I put like substance in all my work. Like, you know what I'm saying? So even if it is vibey, if you really listening, you be like, okay, he really saying something. He ain't just swagging. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I would say it's honestly. It's the evolution of me. That's how I feel. Like they gotta listen to it to really to hear it. Like, you know what I'm saying. But I feel like it's like an evolution of me, though. To be honest, I feel like it's all my sounds collectively together. Like, you know what I'm saying. It's kind of been something I've been working at for a while. Kind of just trying to figure out what my actual sound is, just because I have so many different sounds. So it's kind of how to blend everything into one.
Gotcha.
I've been working on that since Blood in the Waves. Like Blood in the Waves, I dropped that in 2019. That project literally took me 4 years to make. Like I made every beat on it, I engineered it, and I rapped on it. But like I was really trying to find like a sound. Like most of the beats I rap on going not sound like this, but have like these certain textures. Like so you know that's like an OG joint. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like now it's coming across like holistically on everything. Even if I'm picking beats from other producers, like it's still my sound. Like kind of like, you know, get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, nah, that's key. That's key. Like beat picking alone is
Yeah,
like an
heck
art in
yeah.
itself.
heck yeah.
Or who are some of your favorite producers right now?
Hold on.
I
can't do that. We can't talk about that right now.
I don't want to cut into your segment. My fault.
But I did have. So you got some notable features on that project too. You got Big Bang B.
Yeah, shout out Big
You
Bang.
got J Mar, K Pisto, Osana.
Pistol on that joint?
Is he? I think he is.
No, I dropped a song with Pistol last
Yeah,
year, though. But yeah, he not on that joint. I got another joint. Me and bro got a video coming out on my next project. You know what I'm saying? We already shot the video and everything. So yeah.
And
Shout
then the
out to
cover
Pistol.
art was done by.
My boy Wasabi. Shout out to Lil Dead Boy on Instagram, Wasabi. He go crazy. He got the K-Subi collab right now.
Friend of the show.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Heck
Got
yeah.
some
I see it
Wasabi
right
art.
there.
Yeah,
I already
I'm
see
saying.
it right there. You know what I mean? He do all the art in my crib. I know we talked about that last time. But yeah, that's my boy. Shout out to Wasabi. Hell yeah.
Word. So, from just as an artist, as you've been in here 10 plus. You know what I'm saying? What's one of the things, the parts of growth that you've seen with the artists in Buffalo in the artist community?
I say the creative economy for real, because like when I got into it for real, it wasn't like niggas wasn't spending money on beats or studio time or like shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody was kind of looking for a handout, but now kind of people are kind of taking that initiative, like, you know what I'm saying? And if they know they want some quality work, they'll pay for it, like, you know what I'm saying? So I say, like, just the economy, like, people got a little bit more money to put on their crafts. But it might just be because I'm getting older, like, you know what I'm saying? Because when we're younger, we don't really got all that money unless, like, you in the streets for real, like, you know what I'm saying? So it might just be because I'm getting older, I feel like it's the economy. But other than that, though, other than the creative economy, I really do feel like a lot of the artists is coming like with their own sounds out of Buffalo. Like as much as like it's still kind of like diverse in the sounds we get from Buffalo, you can still kind of see that common vein through everything, which is cool. Like I'm starting to notice a common vein through most of all the artists in Buffalo. It still kind of sound the same, even if it's a different style of music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's because of the experiences and stuff that we all been through. Like, you know what I mean? And we coming from the same place, so I could just kind of hear it.
Yeah, that's one thing I appreciate about our music too. Is like we don't. It's not one facet. It's like we're multifaceted.
Right.
Like you gonna get the free music parties. You're gonna get the first class, you're gonna get the anti-gallery sound. You're gonna get all of that. On top of that, then you just put Westside, Benny, and Conway just shining it to the world. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a while where Buffalo felt like it had like a cloud over it. It's like, and
quiet as a cat, bro. It's still a cloud over the town, though. For real.
You think so?
Yeah, it's definitely still a cloud over the town. Just because, like, a lot of people got the, like, crab in the barrel mentality still.
Yeah,
like, even though people coming together and stuff, it's still, like, I don't want to compare us to no other city. You know what I'm saying? But, like, when you go to the Atlantas and the other cities, like, the artists, they really be, like, locked in together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Of course, everybody's... In Buffalo, I feel like everybody kind of stay in a section. Like, and they be with who they be with. You might have a couple of, like, people that's, like, could be with whoever. Like, you feel me? I feel like I'm one of those people. I could kind of, like, fit into, like, wherever I kind of want to be. But for the most part, a lot of people just kind of stay to who they be with. They don't really do too much outsourcing. You know what I mean?
No, I hear you.
So what do you think it's going to take to get people to kind of get rid of that entitlement factor? Because that's what I hear when you're saying that. People have like a certain sense of entitlement when it comes to artists.
What do I think it'd take to get rid of that? I'm trying to choose my words right.
Because we have like spaces to where people can come and all create together to where it's like an open environment, but people are still choosing not to do it as much as maybe they should be.
I feel like, no shade to nobody, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's really like we need like a younger artist to get on. I feel like that'd change a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just cause like the age bracket that like Wes and Benny and them boys in the type of music they make, it don't really gravitate a lot to the younger generation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of like that viral generation, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? So if we get like a younger artist that's kind of more so in that position, that's in that viral like section or whatever you want to call it, I feel like it'll open up a little bit more doors just because like the young people could really get behind it, and the young people is really what make everything move. Like if you really think about it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why I said no shade, because them boys doing their thing. Like,
I definitely get what you're saying.
Them boys is all the way, they at the top if you ask me, but it's just like a disconnect just because of the age and the style of music. Like that's literally the only thing, and that's just like a Buffalo thing. Like I feel like it's just in Buffalo. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, I think our older generation, like not the artists, but like management and just organizers, gotta be able to put that younger person in place.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because it's like I tell like my students, like a lot of them like want to be rappers and stuff like that. They see the younger kids who going viral and stuff like that, and be like, oh, they doing all of this by themselves. I'm like, bro, he's not doing that by his, like, there's no possible way. He can't even sign the contract by himself, bro. Like, he has older people in his corner that are handling business. And like, that's what's important. Like, I always think about that. I see how young NBA Youngboy was when he got on Kodak and all of them. It's like, nah, you had OGs from on your label or whatever your situation.
Like indie labels, like, you know what I'm saying?
It was like people who happened to have some bread,
the bag,
and they knew, and they knew what to do in the industry,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
I think about I think about a Nardo Wick too. Nardo Wick, he got on real fast. He was young. People like Future, G Herbo, like he got early cosigns from when they were posting him. But people don't know, I think it was his dad was like a rapper back in the day, to where he had connections in Atlanta and Chicago and other places. Now he's backing him. He got those connections. That's how Nardo Wick gets on.
Oh, yeah. I was just talking to one of my homies the other day. It's kind of like, you kind of got to put yourself in the positions that you want to be in. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this even for the younger artists coming up, like, even though, like, you know what I'm saying, you might not connect with everything them boys, West and them boys saying and stuff like that, still don't be afraid to like reach out and still try to like learn something from these boys, because like they really doing what they gotta do, like, but it's just for you to like watch what they doing, learn from it, and tweak it for your shit, like, you know what I'm saying, and it'll work for you, like, you know what I'm saying. So
and don't just look at the person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at the team.
Yeah, everything around them. How
Everything
it's
around
revolving.
them. That's damn near more important than the person itself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody in this industry moves by themselves. No matter what they tell. They saying they did it by themselves.
They're
They're lying.
They're
I had to get
fucking
them to get it
lying.
myself. They did believe it.
Bruh, like, yo, you have a crew. They have a crew. There's people behind them that support them. Find them. Find
that's
a
a
way.
fact.
Find a way. Get
Definitely
people around you
build your
support
team.
you.
And Jet dropped the gym in our last gym we just dropped. He was like,
What'd he say?
when he met like Wiz and Currency and them, he already knew their whole team just off of him being a fan of them. He knew who the DJ was. He knew who the manager was.
Word.
He knew who the assistant was. He knew who this person was. So when now he's in these venues, he don't even got to go directly to them. He got relationships with all the people around him that then
Right.
got him in a room to meet a Wiz.
Right.
To where now he has that connection with him. You feel me? He
yeah.
wouldn't have got that by just being a fan of Wiz, knowing Wiz, and trying to approach him. It don't work like that.
Yeah, you kind of got to finesse your way into your situations. Like, as crazy as it sound, like it might sound like harsh to the ear, like finesse. Like it probably got like a bad connotation to it, but like you really gotta finesse your way into the shit. Like, you feel me? Like, it's really about relationships, who you know, what you know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said earlier, like, get into them rooms, rub shoulders with them people, talk to these people, because, like, you never know who could change your life. Like, I was in L.A., it was me, Kane Wave, Esco, Hosanna, and somebody, I think it was Camouflage Monk was with us. We was opening up for West out in L.A. for their L.A. show. But the whole time I didn't know, like if I
That's the
had
joint where
known.
Kane Wade broke the mic.
Yeah, he threw the mic and he kicked the speaker, bro. Like, he really kicked the speaker and threw the mic. I was like, bro, whatever. But I was literally, that whole time we was backstage, I was sitting next to hip hop. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I did, at this time though, I didn't know who he was. Like, you know what I'm saying? We just both sitting there ready to go, like just bored as hell, ready to go, just looking around like, oh, when is all this about to end? But like, in retrospect, if I had like just said, he knew everybody around. If I had known who that was, I probably would have been like, yo, bro, this shit is crazy, man. What's your name, bro? Like, I would have finessed my way into that situation if I had known. So like yeah, listen to Jet, man. Figure out who everybody is.
Absolutely. Never know who you bumping shoulders with.
Never know who you bumping shoulders. We was really sitting there bored out of our minds, bro. Like, like, cause you know it's at the end of the show. You got mad people coming up to all them boys trying to slap everybody up. I'm ready to go, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
How'd you find out that was him? Somebody told you after the fact?
after the fact, Monk told me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I looked. I'm like, that was, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Had no clue, bro. Had no clue.
Hip hop legend. That's Jay-Z, one of Jay-Z's not managers, but
He was like his manager.
He's
Aaron
part of
Ryan.
Rockefeller,
Yeah,
yeah.
he probably was part of Rockefeller.
So he's
part of
Big's
Rockefeller.
brother.
Yeah, Big brother.
got you. Yeah, legendary shit.
Yeah, we could. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the top 5 since you kind of already,
Yeah,
broke the ice with it.
I ain't mean to. Know what I'm
So
saying?
your top 5 favorite producers all time. Your personal favorite
Personal favorite, like overall or in the town?
overall.
Overall, Kanye, Pharrell, Timberland. I got 2 more. Damn. I'll probably say 40.
That's a good one.
Hell yeah.
And for some reason, this probably not number 5, but I'm gonna say it just because it just keep popping in my head. And as a kid, I could remember all these beats. Dark Child. Like, Dark Child. Like, I just keep hearing this in my head, so I'm gonna go with Dark Child.
That's tough.
Yeah, cause I'm gonna go with Dark Child. Yep.
Now,
Top 5.
no, hold on. I'm going second because I always let you go second. You always be stealing my shit. All right, Kanye, Pharrell. So I got the first 2, same as yours. Justice League,
Okay.
Heat Makers,
All right.
and I'm gonna pick somebody newer. Pierre.
Pierre. I fuck with Pierre though.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pierre.
Let me think. So I'm gonna go Kanye, Pharrell. They gotta be in there.
Staples of our generation.
Absolutely.
Quincy Jones. That's my number 5. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying?
Quincy was him. I'm gonna throw producers. I'm gonna throw Scott Storch in there.
That's tough.
Scotty.
I'm gonna throw
That's
Scott
tough.
Storch in there, and personal, personal favorite, Static Selector.
That's tough.
Static Selector beats is like got some of my favorite. Oh,
Yeah, that's your boy.
yeah, I'm trying to think. And then if I go, fuck it, I throw Metro in there too.
I like that.
Metro.
Yeah,
I forgot about Metro.
he
Metro is
expanded.
hell.
Yeah, he expanded his sound like over the years. Like he made an effort. Like, nah, y'all not gonna stick me in the trap beat bubble. And like he will make different joints and not even put his tag on it, just to show like, nah, I can make these type of beats too.
Yeah, he's like scoring movies now.
Yeah. Honorable mention, my boy Honorable C-Note.
That's tough. too.
C-Note go crazy.
Hell
Yeah, C-Note and Zay. C-Note and
Zaytoven?
You got Southside
on the
too.
keys?
Yeah, like you feel me? Like
That
it's so
era,
many
Sunny
producers,
Digital,
bro.
that
Like, you
era
feel
was
me?
tough.
Like, bro, that era was crazy, bro. That era was crazy.
That's when we kind of like really started knowing about producers. I feel like when people really started doing the tags.
Yeah,
You got Manny
Atlanta.
Fresh too.
Yeah, I think
he-
Sonny was the first nigga with a tag. One of the first. He ain't.
JD.
I wasn't gonna say he was the first nigga, but he probably was one of the first people like in this generation with a tag. Sonny Digital. Probably.
Sonny Digital.
No, it's fine. And when I said Static, I automatically thought of The Alchemist. I was like, but
Shout out to Derringer too.
Shout out to Derringer.
Definitely
Shout out to Derringer. Used to come in the Villa all the time. Like I didn't know Derringer was a producer until like I met him at like a show, like literally down the line. But he used to come in the Villa all the time. Just used to come nothing but Air Maxes.
Word.
Every time, nothing but Air Maxes. So I knew him from that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, Air Max dude. Like, I didn't know it was Derringer though. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, shout out to my boy Derringer. Actually, I gotta validate this too. West Side Gun, he really used to come to Villa probably like every week before he go to a studio session to get a new outfit. Like, as I know he said that before, he used to get new outfits for the studio. He literally used to do that shit, bro. Like, I just had to validate that real quick, you know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Like,
Absolutely.
Just for the studios.
just for the studio session.
For the
He was like,
studios,
yeah,
wow.
bro, you got some Nike tech. I'm about to go to the studio. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Third Eye.
Yeah, we're gonna jump into the third eye segment. So we like to talk about just like conspiracy theories, any like stuff that's normally you don't get to shine a light on that touch on like some like spiritual or religious context and stuff like that. So I know for me, music played a huge part in just like me just becoming more aware of my situations and stuff like that. What can you say that there was like a song or an album or even like a couple artists that like kind of like open your eyes to like the world and just like getting to know yourself type shit?
I would say Drake and J. Cole, like, you know what I'm saying? I would say, like, Drake on a personal level, because I was, when Drake came out, I was, 10th grade, you know what I'm saying? I'm at that age, I'm learning myself clearly, like, you know what I'm saying? He talking about the girls and all this stuff, and I felt like I was going through the same thing. So, like, you feel me? I guess, like, personally, I guess, like, a little bit of Drake, but, like, as far as, like, world issues and stuff, I would definitely say J. Cole and everything, like, you know what I'm saying? Because he had a lot of songs, like, on his mixtapes that really helped me through a lot of situations, like, you know what I'm saying? And he spoke about a lot of things, like, on his early mixtapes, like, what's the one joint when he was rapping about the girl getting an abortion?
SeaWorld.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh no, Lost
Lost
Ones?
Lost Ones.
Yeah.
Lost Ones, like shit like that. Like at that time I was going through something like that spoke to me a lot. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'd say J. Cole.
Nah, absolutely.
Yeah, in that mixtape era.
Yeah, because for me it was like people like Kendrick, like Ab-Soul, and I'm trying to think. I want to say it was High Power, and it was just like this was like right around 2011. They talking about like Freemasonry and rap.
Yeah,
and
word.
I'm like, nah, I ain't getting in the fuck music industry. I ain't never doing being a part of that shit. And then like I think Kendrick like on the he talked about like Kendrick was talking about like Illuminati killing me like they're gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like I'm like, yo, he like really saying this shit like and he was saying a lot of shit that nobody else would.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what gravitated to me towards him. Like, and then just to see him blow up to what he is now,
Word.
like that shit meant a lot for me. Was there any other artists for you that did that?
I definitely agree with you with the J. Cole mixtape era, like the Friday Night Lights tracks, the Truly Yours, like Tears for ODB, 3 Wishes,
Them joints was crazy.
Cousins, like those type of tracks where he really like gets introspective about like how he feel about his parents' situation,
And that's the
his
J. Cole
family
I
in
love.
general. Yeah.
That's the J. Cole I love.
Just touching on like social topics in a real like raw way, not like a political way.
Word.
I would say another person for me is definitely Lupe too.
Lupe definitely has some
Lupe
joints.
is my favorite, like number one for me. Like to
Word.
lyricist. Not
Lyricist, what? Like he's
number
it's hard to
one.
argue that.
He's number
You
one.
get like it's
Like
hard.
the Cool
very hard.
album, Food and Liquor, Enemy of the State
Bro,
mixtapes.
Fahrenheit 9/11, bro. You ever heard that mixtape?
Fahrenheit, yeah.
Gosh, bro. Pins and the needles, bro. Like,
Bro,
oh
Tattoo
my
on Youth.
gosh.
Tattoo on Youth, he was going crazy.
Bro, that intro is one of the best intros of all time.
all time. 9 minutes,
all time.
bars.
Just straight
Just
bars.
straight bars.
bruh.
I
Triple
was disappointed
entendres.
in lasers, though.
I was
I
too.
was disappointed in lasers.
I was too.
Reason why I was so amped about Lasers was because of how it got out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like he literally like they wasn't trying to release his album. This nigga had Anonymous, a hacker group. Like, no, like we need to hear what he's going to say.
Yeah, word.
So we're gonna like compromise your entire industry.
A lot of the tracks that was supposed to be on there got leaked.
Yeah.
And he ended up putting them on Enemy of the State, which is why like that's one of my favorite mixtapes.
Yeah, Enemy of the State was crazy. My favorite Lupe mixtape, though, is Fahrenheit 9/11, though. That joint crazy, bro.
Shit, shout out to Genesis. That's who put me on the Lupe growing up. Yeah.
Shout out to Genesis.
Word.
It was a dude. My cousin put me on to a rapper called Half a Mil out of New York City. Like
I
third.
thought that was a group.
That's
Don Kennedy and Hit Boy.
yeah, Don Kennedy. It's named after him.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, bruh, street nigga out of New York City, like had his whole crew. But like, I want to say there was 5%ers, and like they was talking they street shit, but then they would also like drop knowledge heavy in they shit. And then it was like, I want to say it was this track called Thug Love. Like, in second verse, he go crazy.
Word.
Yeah, and it was just like, but it was after that, like his crew started dying. People didn't know. It was like, okay, is it because they in the streets, or is it because like
They
this
talking
nigga?
this shit.
Yeah, he's talking all this wild shit on the track, and like when I say like his entire crew like got wiped, like picked off like one by one. It was like a crazy situation, and it's like it's so wild to me now because it was like even watching some of the podcasts back, I'm like, yo, I'll be saying some wild shit. Like I be saying some wild shit, but it was like, yo, I remember it was times where I was like in music, I was like, I will never say some of the stuff I'm learning out loud because. Like they clapping boys because of this shit.
People, bro. It should be too much for some people, bro.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's kind of why I took a little shift to my more vibey stuff because I'm like, bro, they don't want to hear this yet. Like I feel like eventually they gonna want to hear this shit that I'm saying. But at right now, because like everybody don't know who I am, they just want to vibe with me first, feel my vibe first, and then once they get the vibe, then they gonna get them bars, and then they gonna be like, oh damn, what the fuck, like you feel me? So. Hell yeah.
You already got their ear.
You know what I mean?
Nah, that's key. Like kind of like Baby did that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
With what was the track he dropped during COVID?
That freestyle.
Bigger
or-
picture.
The Bigger Picture.
Oh yeah, the bigger picture.
Yeah, bro.
freestyle,
Like
yeah.
that's impactful, especially to hear it coming from Baby.
Yeah, heck shit.
That shit means
Then
a
he did
lot.
The video with the joint too.
Yeah, that shit means a lot.
Bro, I said it on my Instagram story a couple of days ago. His last album, Not My Turn, It's Only Me. He was talking some of the like realest life shit on that album.
His latest joint.
Yeah,
I ain't listened to it.
you got to, bro. It's Only Me.
Right.
A lot of people don't like it though because it's not like the turn up stuff. It's not like My Turn, like We Paid, basically all the hits.
Yeah.
Because it's more like real rap, real life, like elevation type shit.
Okay.
So it's like that's where the contradiction kind of is too, because we say once you got the people ear, you can start spitting those bars and they'll like be receptive to it.
Yeah.
But when it came to him, it's kind of like
didn't.
everybody
See-
trying to shit on him now.
The thing is, you gotta like feed them gently though. Like
Yeah.
on Sushi, I had like 2 rap tracks on there. Like I had what was the joint? The joint with me, Skeese, and Esco, and all 10. Like, you know what I'm saying? Them joints I was barring. I was barring. It wasn't no autotune, no melodies, nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you got to feed it to them a certain way. Like, you know what I'm saying? And sonically, it can't sound too different. Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? With beat selection. That's why it's like, when it's really about the beat selection. That's like the biggest thing for artists, I feel like, the beat selection. Because, like, if it don't sound like something else that you did that people love, they probably not going to be that receptive to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if you could kind of make it sonically, like you got some of the same textures. It might just be a sound that you use. It might just be a bell that you use on all your joints, but that's that bell that get everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like that get out bell. Like, you feel me? Like, that's the bell that get everybody. So, like, it might be slightly different styles, but it's always a common thread. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's always important to just, like, feed them, especially if that's, like, you know, you got mad different sounds. Like, I'd be feeding them a little bit of everything on everything so they can't. So they getting it. They ain't like they just getting it out the blue. Like, where the fuck this nigga come from talking about rapping like this? Like, you know what I'm saying? They already got it if they really listening. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
absolutely. I forgot what the term. I forgot how to. It's a term where it's like they put the medicine in the pudding.
Yeah,
like you gotta mix it in there slowly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I'm definitely a firm believer in like it's necessary that our artists put some type of information in their work.
Yeah, heck
because it's like, yo, y'all have so much control over people in this modern era. You know what I'm saying? Like you can really make an impact bigger than what anybody knows.
Bigger than you really realize. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like whether it's a whole crowd of 50,000 or it's a kid sitting in his room who ain't got nobody,
right?
And he listening to your words.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's extremely important.
Yeah, you never know who you affecting and impacting.
Yeah, words is like spells, bro.
Hell yeah,
especially when like people be listening to this music and they keep listening to it over and over. It's really a spell, bro.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying. So you definitely got to watch what you're saying. That's why I don't really say too much crazy shit. Of course, like I keep it authentic and like just stuff that I go through and everything. But like I try not to like rap and tell people to go do something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm more so try to like, yo, this is what I did. This what happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not like, let's go get 100 million for 100 pounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little different though.
Yeah, I know in our Booth Flow sit down, you really focused and talked about like being relatable.
Yeah,
like the everyday person type vibe.
Yeah, hell yeah, because shit, that's the people that's gonna be listening. Bro, everybody don't got millions of dollars. Most of the people in the world is working 9 to 5s. They got kids. They fucking live a regular life, only listen to music in the car, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta be relatable to those people. Because those is mostly the people that's going to be listening to your stuff until you get into that. Or unless you're going, like, for your niche market or whatever. But, like, even then, those are still regular people. Like, you still got to be relatable to those people, to your crowd, to whoever you rapping to. Like, you know what I'm saying? And marketing to.
You know, and it's key, especially knowing who you talking to.
Heck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the words cast spells, and you don't want to be telling
the wrong person the wrong thing, bro.
Absolutely. that shit gonna turn around and spin on you.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Word.
Heck yeah. And it's a little process of like figuring that out, like what you want to say on songs and like how you want to come across to the people. Like I said, bro, like it took me up until like maybe 2-3 years ago to figure out like, all right, this is really what I want to be. Like, this is the artist that I want to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Before that, it's like kind of just experimentation. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then once you figure out whatever your internal mission statement is and what you want to come across to the world, then that shit kind of get easy after that, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, you be like, all right, I know I always want to stay in this lane right here and talk about these topics, you know what I'm saying? I got to say them in different ways, get different people to relate to them, but it's easy after that because you know what you're going for. Like, I got a project that's going to come out either at the end of this year or the top of next year, which is crazy because we in January right now. But it's called The OG in the Room. But, like, on that joint, I've been working on that joint for mad long, but, like, the way I went into making that album, I wrote down the titles of my names and what I wanted the songs to be about before I made a beat, before I wrote a lyric. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I had the idea for the album and what I wanted to say on the album before I even wrote the album. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that just made the process of making the album 10 times easier. Like I know what I'm saying on track 7 already. I know what I want to say. I know what I want to talk about. So now I just got to write the bars to it. Like, or make the beat to it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Tough.
So, shit like that.
And just to piggyback off of that, kind of reminds me of a quote that Nipsey said, not verbatim, but pretty much. You got to figure out who it is you want to be. You got to figure out what your morals is and what you're going to kind of stand on to the world. And then you got to like live and die by that every day. Every move you make, every thought you have, everything you say is based off of who you want to be and what you're standing for.
Yeah,
and
'cause you can't fool
it'll
the
make your
people,
life
bro.
that much easier.
People be trying to fool the people and the consumer, bro, but they smarter than people realize, bro. You can't really fool them. Like, they know when some shit fake, they just might fuck with the fake shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they
Yeah.
know it's fake. Like, don't,
Absolutely.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't fool the consumer.
It's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Kevon, you got anything?
I was gonna ask earlier because you wear a lot of hats, bro. So I was gonna say which hat brings you the most amount of pressure?
Pressure?
Yeah, because you mentioned you did some engineering sessions for some important people.
Yeah.
Then you doing people around the city. You do writing, you rap. Like, which one of those is like the thing that like keep you on your toes the most?
Probably the rapping because, like, yeah, I produce and engineer and stuff, but like once I get to where I want to go rapping, like I'm probably not. I'm probably still gonna be producing, but like 9 times out of 10, I probably won't be engineering no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's probably the rap that bring me the most pressure because I'm trying to do that, so I don't have to really do everything else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like the next 5 years, or matter of fact, not even 5 years. Like when it's all said and done, right? And you get whatever goals you're trying to get accomplished. What do you really want to leave with? Like, what type of impact you trying to leave on the city of Buffalo once you get where you got to go?
The impact that I'm trying to leave for real, is like I'm trying to show the people that's coming up under me that they can do it bigger than what we did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said earlier in the interview, like how I was like I was geeked that like Skeese and the boys was like fucking with my music and helping me out. But like before that even happened, I already was fucking with them boys and I kind of seen what they was doing. So I was mimicking what they was doing plus some, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to stand out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's a big thing for like, for the younger artists to kind of like do more than what the older artists did. So like, that's kind of like my whole thing. I want them to do more than what I did so they can get further than where I'm at. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of just like building the pathway to get to wherever I'm going. And then you could take it from there, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get here so we can get there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's tough. Don't be like me. Be better than me.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta take it further.
Facts.
It's a good question.
Cause like literally, like them boys was getting shows and stuff back in the day, and I wasn't getting shows. So what I did, my first show that I ever had, I threw that drink myself, bro. Like it was, I had a show. Who was performing? It was Yo Leak, King Trav, DJ Yama was the DJ. But this was 2013. It was called Underground Buffalo.
Where at?
The Ujima Theater. You ever heard of that? It's closed down. It's on Elmwood and Utica, right over there. It's like next to the bank, across. You know where you got that bank?
Where like Milky's is at?
Yeah, across the street from Milky's.
Okay.
It was called the Ujima Theater. I had to connect for that joint, so I had it in there. That joint was dope though.
That's tough.
Yeah, hell yeah, that joint was definitely.
They all still moving too.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, literally all of them. Yeah, shout out to Yo Leak. Yeah, that's my boy, man. That's my brother for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? So.
Shout out to Yama. Shout out to King
out to
Trav.
all
Our
of
first guest.
Yeah, King Trav was your first guest?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's really my brother. That nigga crazy. That's my boy. That's my
I've
boy.
known him and Leak since like
Yeah, I knew
legit.
Lee
Like 10,
since I was a
bro.
youngin'.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that's my boy. Trav probably called me earlier today. Gonna be mad at me because I ain't answered. So you know what I'm saying?
You ain't pick up the phone, beloved.
You know how you
I could be hurt right now. Where are you?
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to bro.
No, he got some shit in the cut.
He been
I already
cooking.
know,
Bruh,
bro.
that's
He
my
been
favorite
cooking.
rapper from the town, bro. I'm gonna just say it, bro. That's literally my favorite rapper from
That's
the town,
wild,
bro.
bro.
He's really like dope as fuck, bro. Like,
Word.
he really nice, and I don't know why people ain't catching on yet. It's kind of baffling me. Like, I'm like, y'all niggas not hearing this nigga? Like, this shit crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, when we used to be working together, he'd be like, yo, bro, you really like my music. I'm like, yeah, bro, you nice. Your shit's fire. You shouldn't be
I'll show
surprised
you
by
my
that.
DMs, bro. I just randomly, like, all my homies and the people that I really fuck with, like, randomly, I might just hit them like, yo, you the greatest ever. Don't let nobody tell you different. Cause like, you never know what people be going through, and I know like I want to support the people that's around me, like no matter what. So I be trying to tell niggas that don't know that they the best at what they doing and they nice, so they could be like, oh, I'm really that nigga. Let me act like that nigga for real. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You need that reminder sometimes, that confirmation. Word. So what can people look forward to from you? Can they get in touch with you?
So I got a project coming out this year. I'm not really too sure on a name, but I can give y'all a potential name though. It's gonna be It's gonna be a follow up to sushi. It's gonna be called California Roll. You know what I'm saying? Because you know California Roll sushi. You know what I'm saying? But I got that joint coming out this year. I got some good features on there. You know, I got some real good joints on there. I got another album coming out after that called The OG in the Room. That's the joint I got Westside on and everything. And if people want to contact me, for real, the best way to probably get in contact with me, I would say is Instagram. Just follow me at HubaOG. That's WHOBUTOG.
They want to book a studio session, they go there?
Yeah, you could just hit me on the gram. Like I'm gonna hit back. I'm gonna hit you back for sure. I respond to all my DMs unless it's some bullshit. Like you know what I'm saying. But 9 times out of 10, I'm responding to my DMs though.
Bet.
We appreciate you, bro. Like we said, it was overdue.
You know
Absolutely.
man?
Great
Definitely was
combo.
overdue. You know what I'm saying. I want to come back when I drop California Road because some shit on there.
Let's do that.
Hey, you can hit us on the gram too. You know where to find us.
You know the building.
Oh yeah, you can walk around the corner.
knock, nigga.
You know the building.
All right.
You word.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I appreciate y'all having me though. For real.
Yeah, no
Of
doubt.
course, bro.
You know what I'm saying.
No label the pod. We out.
Peace.